Hmm. I don't know. I keep shaking the doggone table. I think I'm live. I don't know. There, it says you are live. Hello, folks. Kyle here. Welcome in. Welcome in. It is it's Wednesday night at 8:30. All my peeps rolling in. Looks like we had Darty in the house. Stop by and says cow chip jerky. That's his favorite wintertime activity. I guess he likes to stay in where it's warm and eat jerky. That's cool. That's cool. I put up a thumbnail of old time picture of guy's dog sledding. I suppose that's probably up in Alaska. No, that is not my favorite wintertime activity. I've never done it. It was a little bit kind of sarcasm there. Attention getter. You know, it is a wintertime activity, you know. We got the beast is in the house. Welcome in, welcome in. That is a good question, the beast. That is a fantastic question. In fact, I was planning on going to it. I was planning on centering my next two lives around it too. Next weekend was kind of going to be talking about getting excited for it. The following weekend was going to be to show different baits and stuff that I got from the show. But I'll be honest with you. I rechecked the vendor list, and the vendor that I was most wanting to pick up baits from is not going to be there. So I feel like they changed the price from $10 to $15, the door fee. I'm not super excited about paying $15 to get in the door. I mean, that's probably equivalent of what I'd pay shipping. So if they're not saving me anything on shipping, and the vendor that I most wanted to see isn't going to be there anyway, I don't know. I guess I have to ask myself, would it be worth $15 to go there, hear a seminar from Greg Thomas, who is one of the better muskie fishermen in the country? He is a tremendous guide. He's got great information on both casting and trolling presentations. So that would be a good value. That makes it tempting. And then pick up maybe a couple rubber baits. I don't know. I really don't think I've got anything better going on. So, I'll hit you afterwards. I know they used to do a swap meet. And guys, I never got in on that. I kind of wish I would have, but I got some baits I'd like to swap out. Someone else can have them. I haven't heard anything about the swap meet for this year, but put me down as a probably. I don't know. I'm not going to commit to it. I don't like that Baker Bates isn't going to be there, and I don't like that it's $15 at the door. But anyway, also I changed up the stream locale for tonight. I came down to the man cave. I'm fighting a cold. I know the lighting's better upstairs, but I just didn't want to soundproof everything. The acoustics are terrible, but I doctor it up so it's not so bad. So I thought I'd just set up shop down here. I got the fish tank needs a water change, so it's gurgling pretty good over there. I hope it's not too bad. Also, I'm further away from my Wi-Fi, so let's hope that it doesn't get too wiggy on me. Yeah, if I go, I'll probably be wearing a dark 30 outdoors sweatshirt so people can know that I'm that knucklehead. After 5 outdoors, Cody, welcome in, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. I hope the hard water season is treating you well. Y'all get good and cold up there. Here in Ohio, we get cold for a day or two, and then it's 40 degrees. We still don't have safe ice. You can maybe ice fish on a pond. I don't know. The closest I heard was to good ice was 2.5 inches on Buckeye Lake, and that was 2 days ago, Monday, and today was pretty sunny and warm. I think it was 40 degrees or so today. So I don't know if that's still 2.5 inches or not. Yeah, right. Been a bust. That's no good. Man, that's a lot of ice, Cody. 30 inches. I guess you got to have a power auger for that. Hey, Coffee Outdoors is in the house. Welcome in. Welcome in. I used to get really excited about the Deer and Turkey Expo, but I haven't been it's been 10 or 12 years since I've been to that. Just a big crowd, a lot of people. Yeah, it's cool to see the mounted bucks, but outside of that, it never really offered a whole lot. I remember I bought my Lone Wolf Climber there. God, it might have been 20 years ago. Tina Ladybug in the house. Welcome in. Welcome in. So yeah, that's something I was going to talk about more next Wednesday. Will put me down as a probably. But yeah, that ice fishing is not looking good around here at all. I'm not big on it anyway, but even if I was, it's just, and that's the way it is in Ohio. That's part of why I'm not real big on it. Because, I mean, in the best years, we get 2 to 3 weeks of hard water, safe hard water, safe ice. Well, why am I going to buy a bunch of gear, specialized gear for a 2 or 3 week season? It just doesn't. No. If somebody else has got an auger and they've got a private pond and they want me to join them, if they invited me, sure, I'll jump in. But I do have, I think, 2 ice rods that should probably have fresh line put on them. So if somebody invited me, I'd say, yeah, I got to throw some fresh line on my ice rods, and we'll go. But outside of that, I'm not going to go buy a flasher and an auger and a what do you call them? I'm drawing a blank. Shanty. My uncle used to have all that. He had a shanty and an auger and a flasher and a heater, and yeah, it's just didn't seem worth it to me. You slept in your otter portable in minus 33-degree weather. That's hardcore, man. That is hardcore. Right out on the ice, I presume. Cranking and yanking in the house. Welcome in. Welcome on in. It's Wednesday night. Talking favorite fishing activities. Guys up north that get good at ice, they like to keep fishing, but do it through a hole in the ice. Guys like small water charters, John and Linda, they like to fish in the wintertime because they're in Florida. It's kind of the same as any other time of the year. Hunting, I used to get excited about deer hunting in the late season, and I don't know if I'm getting old, but older and wiser, but that's a tough nut to crack, man. That late season buck is tough. I do have a tag, and our season goes until the first Saturday in February, which is a little bit silly, but I could pursue a late season doe. Maybe it's tough to get a buck. They start dropping their antlers anyway. I've seen a report or two that some bucks have dropped. So Parabellum fishing, welcome in, welcome in. What's ice fishing? Ha! Yeah, it's like I said, why would I get, yeah, sorry, this is a little rickety table, and if I touch it, it bounces everything. Why, like I said, why would I buy a bunch of specialized gear for something that lasts maybe 1 to 3 weeks? Nice. Yeah, I love seeing them. I get some that creep into my backyard from time to time. I got there's a, God, I can't even think of what it's called now. A northern harrier, real similar to a red-tailed hawk, just different coloration. He's been hanging around, and he was on the fence just behind my house this morning, and I was working, and I looked out there, and I got a really good picture of him. I'll share it if I can find it, and I can push the button to share without messing everything up. I'm probably a lot more excited about this than you guys are, but hang in there. Bear with me. My photo. Now, if I can get this share thing to work. Share screen. Is that doing what I wanted it to do? Window. There we go. I think that's... Oh my goodness. There it goes. Yeah, I've had some voles and even had a mole for a while. I don't know if my dog got a hold of the mole or what, but I haven't seen sign of the mole lately. And I know he was coming around checking for the voles. I got to take care of this. Get that off of there. So yeah, playing with the new camera. That was a pretty good shot. That is that hasn't been edited. I tried a free photo editing, and it's extraordinarily complex and convoluted. I mean, my video editing software is more user friendly than that thing was. So I don't know if I'm going to bite the bullet and and pay the $10 a month for Lightroom or Adobe Lightroom, or if I'm just gonna. I haven't made up my mind, but I'll figure that out. Yeah. First of all, Freezer Brown Outdoors, welcome in, welcome in, Adam. It's good to see you. I love the camera. I absolutely love the camera. It's not. You know what's nice about the camera is that it's not. It's kind of a jack of all trades. It is not really specialized wildlife photography camera. It's not really specialized for hunting, if you will. It's not really specialized for YouTube vlog style video camera. But it does all of these things fairly well. As a wildlife photography camera, entry level, it's going to get me started. It's going to get me practice and shots, candid shots like this with wildlife. It's going to be great for YouTube, for any kind of vlog style video that I would do here. Like just this past week, I did the Columbia Sportswear jacket review. So I used it for that. The internal mic's not great, and I should have paid more attention to that before I shot that video, but it's not terrible. The audio, that is. And it's going to work for hunting too because of the 16X, because of being able to get close to critters like this. When I have a deer that's 30 or 40 yards away, I'll be able to draw it in nice and clean. And it's a mirrorless camera with a 16X zoom, and it shoots 4K video up to 50 frames per second, I believe. So yeah, Adam, that was great last year. I am hoping that I can get down to that again for this year. That was a blast. I really do hope I can get into that next May. That was a good time. So I've mentioned what is not my favorite wintertime activities. I'll tell you what one of my favorite wintertime activities is. I love going on a hike in the wintertime. And some of my hike, I've done a few hiking videos, and they're not great. I need to work on my B-roll game tremendously when I'm hiking, and it's something I don't really think about, or I think about it secondhand or offhand while I'm there. I'll just kind of grab something out of thin air, but I really need to plan a little bit better for that. Think about ways that I can interject different B-roll when I'm doing a hiking video. I feel like the lighting here, the color kind of jumps in and out. This is not the best lighting situation, but if I have that little blogger light that came with my camera, I should have set that up. Yeah, bigger and better is pretty exciting because, gosh, it was pretty awesome last year. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I hope I can get in on it. it's hard to say with my schedule, kid schedule, that sort of thing. Hey, Matt's here. Daddy Duck 365. Welcome in. Oh, a little snow ain't going to hurt you. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, Matt. It's not like you're a Floridian. I do. I love a good winter hike. I prefer the ground to be frozen. That way it's just not all muddy and gross and slick. You're typically I'm hiking trails, and trails are gravel, hard dirt, that sort of thing. If it's frozen, it's pretty easy walking usually. I'm in pretty good shape on my hours as far as where I'm at right now, because I'm sitting at 3,200 on my hours, and that's been creeping up a tiny bit. I think I'm not real worried about the hours right now. I guess if I get north of about 950, 960 and the hours haven't crept up to 3,500, I'd be a little bit nervous. But as of right now, I feel like it's in a pretty good place. I've been thinking about a giveaway for if and when I ever would hit 1,000 and stay there. I don't know. I think I'm thinking about doing kind of a grab bag. Not a grab bag, just a bunch of stuff, like just a bunch of random stuff, like a bushcraft knife. One thing I thought might be cool would be a slingshot and some steel ball ammo for that. I've got a fishing rod I could throw in there and give that away, a St. Croix rod. I was going to sell it, but I've held on to it. Maybe I'll just give it away. And then some hat mounts for action cameras, to mount an action camera on your ball cap for when you're fishing or whatever. Oh yeah, Adam, that'd be awesome. If any of you guys wanted to just grab it and run it at work or overnight or however you wanted to do that, that'd be awesome. Be nice to get that bump, a little bit of a push and bump. That would be super, super awesome. So, probably just I'll probably get some t-shirts. Dark 30 Outdoors t-shirts. So in my mind, I'll have, I don't know, 6, 8, 10 things. And I thought about doing a prize wheel and a live stream, but I don't think I want to make the live stream mandatory to win. I think I want to make a video announcing the giveaway, and then people can enter through the video. But then I'll do a prize wheel in the live stream to announce the winners, and that way people will see who's winning what. I think it'd be a fun way to do it. I'll make it so it's not mandatory that you have to be to at the live stream to win, but I would assume people will want to join in and see who won. So that's something that's in the back of my mind, but ultimately I need to come up with some good content, because this is tough. The dead of the winter, I don't trap, and I don't have, and without ice fishing, I just don't kick out a lot of great content this time of year. This is kind of my off season. I come up with some product reviews. I usually do a hiking video. Last year on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, I did a hiking video. Well, that's when I went. I don't remember when I released it, but this year, man, it seems like it's awful warm and muddy, and we've had rain and makes it tough. It makes it tough. I hadn't been feeling the greatest either. I don't know if it's not COVID. I got tested and I'm negative. So I don't know if it's just a stubborn cold hanging on or if it's strep throat. It's been in my throat the whole time. My sinuses have not been affected at all, but it's been going on for about 2.5 weeks and I'm getting tired of it. And I don't go to the doctor unless I'm dying. So I just keep sucking on cough drops and, suck down some Advil if it gets real bad. All right, Cody. Thanks for stopping in. Be careful up there. Do a review on one of my videos. Ha! I mean, in general, I do feel like I'm getting better, a little bit better as a videographer. Hunting with CJ up at his place this fall. I mean, I knew a lot of those things that he and I did, and I've practiced them a little bit here and a little bit there. But he kind of really instilled in me that this is how you put a video together. A lot of a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. And then at the end of it all, you put it together and you have a video. You don't really need to shoot yourself talking for 5 or 6 minutes. The same camera angle, nothing changes. That's not really the best way to do it. Yeah, speaking of vacation, I need to plan a kind of just a relaxing family vacation this year. We haven't done one for a couple years now. And I was looking at my my vacation from work for the year. I carried over, I think, 44 hours. So I've got 6 weeks of vacation this year. So I should be able to do a getaway with the kiddos and then have plenty of time for fishing and hunting and all that good stuff. So I'm looking pretty good for 2022 for vacation time. Let's see what else. Outdoors activities. I have gone snow skiing. I can do it. I'm sufficient at it, but it's not something that I love. It's not something that I get excited about. It's not something that I pursue. There's not a lot of people in my circle that are into that. So I don't travel much in the wintertime. I just figure this is bad weather, good time to make money, work extra hours, work my side hustle job. Started working that a little bit, which didn't really want to, but those got to get paid. So what do the freezer bound outdoors guys do in the wintertime? I can't see Daddy Duck on a pair of skis behind a boat. I don't think wakeboarding is his style either. You're not excited, huh? Right? Whether it was on snow or the water. I've done both. I can do both. I don't get excited about either one. Snow skiing, man, it's all right. I guess if it was a little bit more affordable, and also I guess the ski slopes now to draw in more people are doing snow tubing. It's just making it more crowded, more people, more. Um, I guess that's fine because that'll draw them away from the parks, the state parks and the national parks where I want to hit the hiking trail. So I will probably get out with my camera and do some wintertime wildlife photography, do a little birding, find some bald eagles. I know some that nest not too terribly far from here. So might get out and see if I can get some more candid shots of raptors, avian predators. Those are my favorite animal in the world is pretty much all birds of prey, whether we're talking about owls, eagles, hawks, falcons. I love them all. They're the great hunters. You know, I'd like to think I'm a good hunter. No, they're great hunters. That's how they feed themselves. So they're great fishing, great at catching fish too. So side by sides, ice fish the pond. Cool. Yeah, that'd be a sight to see. That would be a sight to see, buddy. Oh man. Probably gonna go to the Ohio Muskie Show. I've done the Deer and Turkey Expo in the past. I won't. I'm not planning on going to that this year, but I haven't been to the Ohio Muskie Show for probably 4 or 5 years. So it's probably a good idea to go. I was complaining when I opened this live stream about they bumped the price up, but I think it might still be worth it to go to hear Greg Thomas and pick up a few baits. So we'll see. We'll see. And that's about it. I don't know what else. I don't get out a ton in the wintertime. It's kind of my off season. It's kind of my downtime. It is what it is. Don't get in any musky fishing, that's for sure. They're not super active under the ice. That doesn't mean you can't catch them. I know guys spear them up north, but it's not. It's not like it is April through July. Hey, we got Sea Al and Coizers in the house. Big Al, come on in. Come on in. We're having a good time. I think he likes to stay inside where it's warm. He's a runner, but he doesn't run when it's cold. So. what she's doing with the dog at Bird. One thing that I would kind of like to get into in the future, it's not going to happen this off season. It might happen next winter. I'd like to get into making my own musky baits. Get myself a bandsaw and a sander and start making my own. I think that's the next step for Dark 30 Outdoors. Make my own musky baits. I just can't. I'm having a hard time justifying everything to get jacked way up in price. I understand a specialized musky bait that's got a metal lip and it can slam into rocks at 4 or 5 miles an hour and hold up. There's a ton of workmanship built into that lure. But these plastic baits that are 3-4 inches and mass produced, come on, man. Those don't need to be $34. They just don't. That's just robbery, in my opinion. I can slap a hunk of wood with 2 treble hooks and a Lexan lip, and it'll work just fine. Yeah, well, hunters, they'll go out there, they bundle up and everything, but, you know. So many of these crankbaits are getting up there $25, $30 a pop and more. I just can't justify that. I've looked into what it would cost for me to make my own. About a year ago, I was looking at $5.75. So why, if I can make it by myself for $25, that's just the hardware and the equipment. That's not counting the sealer. That's not counting the paint or my time. But still, in an actual material and hardware, I'd be looking at $5.75. Or I'd pay $25 to somebody else who put a coat of paint on it. Well, I mean, did all the work and put a nice fancy coat of paint on it. I think I could come out ahead making them my own. Making my own. And I would do it mostly for me. I wouldn't even really be looking to sell them unless they were slamming the fish left and right. And people were asking me about them. I might sell some here and there, but yeah, that's cool, Parabellum. Those glide baits are people get good money for those too. For the musky guys, you can't buy a glide bait for under $30. You're usually looking at 35 to 40. In fact, I asked a guy, a custom bait builder guy that's kind of sort of developed a name and a reputation in the musky circles, Narcan. I asked him, he's got a vendor that he works with exclusively, but he'll just kick a bait out onto Facebook here and there and let people, he'll say, I've got 8 of these. And then, 20 people rush to comment, say, I want one. And then you message him and he's like, yeah, they're $38. Like, no, not for me. I'm not paying $38 for no glider. I'm just not going to do it. Nope. Aside from that, I've fished a lot of different jerk baits, and I don't like musky baits that do all that crazy stuff, and you don't know what it's going to do. Maybe the fish like it better, I don't know, but I like a true glider. The best one that I've used for musky fishing is a hellhound, because a hellhound goes whoop, 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 whoop. I don't know if you guys like that sound effect, but that's it. It just glides side to side to side to side, and they work. I love a good hellhound, but I've tried 3 or 4 or 5 other ones, and that crazy stuff, up, down, left, right. You don't know where it's going to go, what it's going to do. The phantoms. No. No. There was another one. I can't think of the name of the maker. It was a company that's not based out of the United States. It's a foreign company. Boy, they brought their baits to the Muskie Show one year, and they would just look so good, and everybody bought them up. They were selling like hotcakes, and they sucked. They didn't catch shit. They caught fishermen. They didn't catch fish. I've sold all of those things. The only gliders for muskie I have in my arsenal right now, I've got a hellhound, the original 8-inch, and I've got a hell puppy. It's a 6-inch. I actually like the hell puppy better, but another glider I'd consider getting is the Rapala glider out. That's a little bit pricey for as small as it is, but I think that'd be a good one to add to the arsenal. But I don't know, if I saw one that was similar and priced right at the Muskie Show, I'd maybe buy that. Another thing is, most commercially made baits are made with resin. I forget what you call it, but they're made with a resin. They're plastic. They're a hard plastic, and I'd say, at least in the world of muskie fishing, and I'd say over 90 of them have rattles in them, and I often want to get away from that, especially if a lake's pressured and it's got 10 other guys trolling. I don't want them rattle baits. That's running the same thing everybody else is running. I like wood. I definitely prefer my muskie baits to be solid wood, no rattles whatsoever. I mean, if the hardware makes a little noise, that's fine. But I don't want that in my muskie crankbaits that I'm going to be trolling with. Well, there's an art to making a glider, because you do got to get the weighting just right, and it's there's a process to it for sure. There is a process to it for sure. And I think when I do get to tinkering around and playing with making some crankbaits, I'm going to play with weighting the belly of them too to stabilize them. A lot of these guys that make custom wood baits, they don't do anything with them, and then if their sealer is slightly glopped on heavily, more on one side versus the other, they don't run true, and that's a problem I've run into. I've spent the money for custom baits, and then they blow out of the water at 4 mile an hour, 3.8 even, and that's no good. I was pretty disappointed in that. make that investment, and then they don't run true. And I personally would never do that to somebody. I wouldn't sell a bait unless I could test hundreds of different ones using, split ring attachment, a snap attachment, a swivel attachment, maybe even a line loop attachment. I'd make sure no matter what I was running, the baits ran true, no matter how I attached them to the line or the leader. But not these other guys. That's all right. It's all right. Fool me once. Fool me once. So yeah, I hope I can get into that next winter. It just wasn't going to come together for this winter. I've thought about it. I've got some resources that I need to tap into for that, and I'd like to at least get some familiarity with what I'll be doing before I start investing in tools and that sort of thing. So that might be something I dabble in next winter. This winter, I'll be dabbling in some wildlife photography and getting out with a camera. Hell, I might even make it similar to hunting, where I'll throw on my camo and see if I can actually get close to critters, and then zoom in and get those really sharp, high focus photos. So we'll see how that goes. That should be fun. I'll be looking forward to playing around with that. Mark J. Larson Outdoors is in the house. Welcome in. Coyote Slayer extraordinaire. That's your wintertime thing, right? That's your favorite wintertime pastime. Trapping season is going in full force for you. If it doesn't freeze on you. What else? Anybody else in the chat got a favorite wintertime activity that hasn't been mentioned yet? I noticed nobody said falling through the ice. That would be no fun. Hey. Anchoring Gang Fishing Burtock. Welcome in. He likes to stay home in the wintertime. Oh, yeah. A lot of people do. I don't know if you got a nice warm fireplace. Maybe that's the deal. Some hot coffee and a warm fire. Nothing wrong with that. Some people like to watch basketball. I'm not a big basketball guy. I'll watch some college basketball, root for my Buckeyes. they're pretty good this year. They're not world beaters, but they're pretty good. Um, they're not real consistent. I feel like they haven't quite figured out how to break through on a night when their shooting's a little off. Hey John, welcome in, welcome in. I already mentioned you earlier because I assumed your favorite wintertime activity was fishing, just like it is every day. Wintertime doesn't change anything for you. Just more of the same, right? Hey, I appreciate the thumbs up, everybody. Stopping in. I do have my fish. The whole day, every day. They're a distraction for me a little bit. My big tank, I've been having problems. They've got internal parasites, and I can't get rid of them. I've lost half the stock in that tank. Um, hey, there you go, John. You are definitely keeping busy, aren't you? That is good, good, good. I've got a lot of fish, young fish that I've grown out from my breeding projects. I need to try to get those sold. So that's something I could work on this winter, the next 4 or 5 weeks. That and working and making money, paying the bills. My daughter's up there trying to teach the puppy not to bite. Oh Jesus, John. Oh boy. That reminds me of a funny video I saw. They had this old guy read a card or something. So he reads the front of the card and he says, "Hey, did you know pigeons die after you have sex?" And then somebody replies, "Really?" And he turns the card over and he says, "Well, the one I doinked did." Now, I'm not using the language that video used because I'm on YouTube and I'm trying not to get, in trouble, but it was pretty funny. All right, Matt, thanks for stopping in. You're not going to miss much. I'm about to wrap it up. I've been drinking water all night. My throat is so still in such bad shape. If I didn't drink water, I wouldn't make it through this live stream. That's that C. Alan Koheiser that popped in earlier. He likes to watch basketball, especially college basketball. He'll watch men's and women's college basketball. That's one of his favorite wintertime activities. And anytime that the Winter Olympics are on, he loves watching some Winter Olympics. I can't stand to watch the Olympics. I just think it's dreadfully boring. Every last bit of it. It's just dreadfully boring. Okay. I've seen videos where they test all these different bottled waters and they all come out yellow or whatever when they test them at their pH. I don't know anything about that. Water is water. It's not going to kill us. pH. Ha, 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 ha. Funny stuff. I didn't even think of that. Oh, John, I love having you in my live stream. But I know you probably whip. Long day of fishing. I know how that is. Yep. One last thing I'll mention is that funds are tight for me right now, but I am hoping in the next month or so to get an upgrade for my tripod. I bought a really cheap, crappy tripod. I don't know, 2 months ago, but I didn't have my nicer camera then, so it was fine for the job at the time. And then, yeah, back to editing. But now that I have a nicer camera, I'm wanting to get a nicer tripod. So I will probably in about a month or so be investing in a little nicer tripod. Get that out for some of my wildlife shoots. Use it in the boat, that sort of thing. I just got to make sure if it falls over, it doesn't fall outside of the boat. It falls into the bottom of the boat. The boat could use a good bath too. That before the end of the winter, I'll probably get it out and give it a good bath too. So plenty to do, lots to do. I won't be skiing. Probably won't be ice fishing at all. I won't be ice skating. I won't be trapping. Don't think I'll be hunting. I do still have a tag, and I haven't put all of my hunting clothes away. I keep them in the basement, but during the season, they're right there in my room, and they're still there. Kind of in my way, but I'm like, I might go one more time. I don't know. We'll see. I kind of doubt it, but you just never know. The hunting around here really has not been very good at all. Sixth graders. Yeah, Mark, you are on fire. You're the coyote slaying king. Well, looky there. 9:30. I have once again rambled on for an hour, so We'll see. Maybe I can come up with a little bit more exciting topic next week. I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see. But that's going to do it for night. For night. I can't even talk. That is going to do it for tonight. As always, I appreciate you all being here. I appreciate your support. I thank you for supporting me in this journey. And as always, thanks for watching. 2 thumbs up. Have a great night.